collateral security is the issue.
Now, I understand that. Now, but here is my... Okay, can you hear?
I can hear you. No, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Oh, you're going to get on my everlast nerve headset. Let's switch to the other.
I told you. All right, go ahead.
I'm switching to the other headset.
Yeah, good thing.
Because now it should work.
Yeah, all you have to do is just put the phone on speakerphone and just, strain to hear what people are saying. And everything will be okay.
My speaker doesn't really have that problem.
Hey, Danielle. Danielle is a tropical storm. Yay!
Well, Danielle does get crazy on occasion.
I told people they're not paying attention.
Now,
let's
go back.
Hurricanes the entire hurricane season. Not a single hurricane this year.
There is.
Nobody's paying attention.
So the only ones that was passed in 1917 was September 7th, 1916, June 21st, 1917.
No.
March 9th, 1933 is not in this list of credits.
6th.
No, what I'm saying is,
worry about that.
They're not in the credits.
You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about that because that's the code. Stop looking at the stupid code.
I'm looking at the credits. The credits gives you all the statutes at large.
Code. No, for the code it does. This has nothing to do with the code. They're giving you the statute at large associated with that code that have been changed, but not with the statute at large. So if you go and you read the Trading with the Enemy Act, what they claim is the original one, and it's not the original. The original one was that stupid act that they claim was the Federal Reserve Act. You'll see that it amends the Federal Reserve Act. Now, what does the Trading with the Enemy Act have to do with the Federal Reserve Act? Because the Federal Reserve Act and the Trading with the Enemy Act deals with finances, trading with the enemy, finances. So, that Trading with the Enemy Act was an amendment to the Federal Reserve Act. Thus, that's why you read in 1933 that it's an amendment to the Federal Reserve Act.
Now, here's my question. That 412, doesn't that apply to credit card applications, car loans?
God, no. How do you... Yes, applications. You're right. I thought you were talking something else, but you're absolutely right.
Well, a credit card application is a promissory note.
No. You must understand. The application is just an application. The application is necessary. It's the bond. It's that thing that supports the note.
Yeah.
Every note has to be insured. Well, remember, this is coming out of that person's account. So that application has to be signed by somebody who has an account, an authorized agent. That's why you're required to sign the stupid application and put all of your contact or identifying information on the application. However, if you read it for what that junk says, and pay attention to what I'm saying, that junk says, because it's a code, if you read it for what it says, it's saying the Federal Reserve agent or Federal Reserve Bank shall make application. Nobody's paying attention to what a Federal Reserve Bank and a Federal Reserve agent is. So if you go to 412, you click on Federal Reserve, it will take you to what a bank is. Then it will say you need to go to this section and read what we define a bank is under 212. You go to 212 and you find that state banks are, well, aren't we banking institutions?
According to Proclamation 2039.
You better believe it, which is exactly associated and attributed to March 9, 1933 and the amendment of that stupid paragraph. That is exactly where 412 is coming from, but nobody could get this at the beginning, so I had to take them along the merry-go-round. I had to bring them to where they are now. People will get it, but they're not getting it yet. And so I'm getting ready to start working on videos, but right now, the issue of holding these companies accountable, I agree with everybody who wants to. I'm not going after every corporation. I'm going after the ones that want to play people for fools.
Yeah. Going after the big ones will stop the small ones.
No, it won't.
Well, if the big ones get sued and lose, the small ones will rethink things when people start pushing back. Because the small ones typically can't afford to get sued.
Yeah. What I've seen is that hasn't been the case, even when we have these big, huge cases, because they can depend on the courts to support them. Because remember, the attorneys who represent these organizations are officers of the court.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is the problem.
And the banks are, I mean, the judges are in on the game.
Because they are invested in these corporations that these officers of the court represent.
I texted Felicia, said Eeon said to tell the lady with the $18,000 check she shouldn't cash the check. She said, why? I said, because the check admitted the bank committed fraud and cashing wasn't acceptance. She could have gotten more. And she said, oh, that's what Estella said too.
Okay. So I just, all I can say is people like her should be calling me on things like that so that I can let them know through my experience.
Well,
because all I can tell people is my experience of what I've dealt with in settling cases, because that's how I got started, is by filing lawsuits against companies and them settling.
Well, that's kind of why that's why we wish you had more time to be on Telegram and step in every so often.
I definitely don't have. I am going to sleep exhausted every day.
Oh, I know.
I'm doing this junk 7 days a week.
I know. I know really you are
trying to keep it together, and it is not easy.
No,
but I am trying to keep it together.
By the way, I just freaking my website should be up and running soon, and let's see. I set me up a link tree, which a link tree, I don't know that you know what that is, but I'll share it with you anyway.
You knock yourself out.
I just talked to the guy that's doing my website. He said he's going to work on it this weekend. But I set me up a Patreon. I've got Rumble, Telegram, and my website's coming soon. And I've worked on my YouTube channel that I'm getting ready to restart, a different one, rebranding, because everybody and their brother's wanting my time. And I'm like, look, y'all want my time. Y'all going to have to support me. I'm cutting all y'all freebie people off. If you want something for free, then be on Telegram when I'm actually there talking. Because I said I'm getting ready to start implementing appointments, $50 an hour, if you just want my time on the phone. Because right now I'm working. So to me, $50 to, if you want my time on the phone, $50 an hour. Other than that, attend the classes. I had 64 people attend the class the other day, and I ended up getting $25 a person. I come out with $1,600. And I asked everybody at the end, I said, do you want me to do more classes? And everybody started commenting on Zoom, yes, we want more. I said, okay. I've got people coming back to me, and they say, you definitely are smarter than most teachers.
Got you.
Yeah, and they trust me when I endorse someone like you or Yusufale or something like that. They've gotten to where they trust me. I said, I don't just endorse anyone. There's gurus that you can throw a rock and hit one that claims to know something.
But they're not gurus. That's what I've been telling people. The real gurus, they don't exist anymore. They're gone. They all stepped away. They're in jail.
I think you are one of the real ones. You know what guru is just a common nomenclature for someone that knows what they're
Well,
talking,
no, no, no,
that
no, no.
supposedly
I
know.
get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. Okay, when I got started, there were the gurus, the individuals who had been around since the 90s and early 2000. And they were doing videos now, but they were the gurus who were doing the seminars before they were doing videos. And there's some of them that are still out there, like an individual named Rashid. You ever get to talk to this individual, you'll see that not only does he know what he know, but he knows what he knows, and he has been through it, and he can tell you exactly what works and what doesn't work. But he'll
Hmm.
let you know straight out he doesn't do videos, and he will not put this out there in the public. And
Hmm.
I told him, because he and I used to talk all the time, and I give him the credit because he knows what he knows. This is
Yeah.
not one of those people who claims he knows something. This is somebody who I can say, after speaking with him, I can guarantee you that he's on a level that I can respect. Well, anyway,
Yeah, and
those are
that's
the
what.
gurus I'm talking about, the Tim Turners and those people, not
Yeah.
these people who have heard these previous gurus taking their information and regurgitating it. That's what I'm referring to. I'm talking about people who have the knowledge because they have the knowledge, not people who have the knowledge because they listened to somebody who turned them on to the knowledge and then they went from there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, because that's what most gurus are. That's what they are. That's what most of them are doing. Is they think they know because they learn from somebody else, and they really don't.
Thank you. Now, I'm not speaking against them because the information does need to be out there. So I'm in support of that. I'm in support of getting the information out there. I'm in support of somebody like Felicia telling everybody to look, hey, you have to go do your own research.
Yep.
Because I'll
Now.
tell people straight out, I am not the expert in taxes. I'm not
Yep.
the guy to go to because I don't pay
Now.
taxes.
Now, David Merlin, I like him. I like his information. I think he's good when it comes to taxes. He is a beast when it comes to 26 USC 83A
Who
and has
is
a
David
lot.
Merlin?
He is the guy that in 1994, when the IRS come after him, he started studying the law, and he made the discovery that he actually has the website called We V as in Victor gov.com. And in 2017, the tax court labeled that website a tax protester website. And the only thing that's on the website is IRS rulings, Treasury
Yeah, you
decisions,
told me.
court cases.
You
Okay.
told me.
Yep. And he wrote the preeminent book on Section 83 of the tax code, where compensation for services, wages are not taxable.
Oh well, again, everybody and their grandmother must understand. That's why I stopped paying taxes. You cannot charge me for my work. That's my work. These are my labors. I own that. That's my property. I've had that understanding since Maxine Waters told it to me.
Yeah.
That's why she had us doing exempt 6 months out of the year and then doing the regular for the rest of the year so that we wouldn't run into any problems. But
Mm,
we 6 months out of the year, people didn't understand. If you go exempt 6 months out of the year, you'll find that you don't owe nothing.
that's right.
But they don't get it. The reason why you're getting a refund because you paid too much, moron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I got to stop doing that because the people don't know that they're stupid.
Yep, no, they don't. They just think they know, and they don't. And they
And
also,
they
most of
really
them are
do
scared
think
to
that they
death.
know.
Yeah, and most of them, and a lot of them are scared to death to do anything.
Yeah, and that's to their downfall. That really is to their downfall because it doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I've been downloading a bunch of softwares. There's a website that has a ton of software If you don't have a virus scanner, I tell people stay away from these type of websites. But I've been downloading and downloading and downloading, and I'm about to have me some fun with some of the software.
Yeah.
Well, what I needed was what does it call this junk? I needed was some other antivirus software, some like the one I have now. It's called Malware Bytes. I needed something to protect against that stuff because the system has been hacking me, but it's not the people out there in Lala world that's hacking me. It is the system that's hacking me, and they're getting on
I
my last
understand.
nerve with this stupidity. Yeah, they're causing me a great deal of problems. So what I have to do is I have to figure out a way to do what I'm about to do without going through all of that.
Now let's get a little so now if I'm thinking of 412 right, when it comes to a credit card, the note, they need to provide a copy of the note that it was deposited, right?
Okay, in a nutshell, because I can't give you too much because some of it is going to be SATCOM, but here's the thing. In a nutshell, what you are doing is you're asking the bank for a copy of the note, not that it was deposited. You just need a
Okay.
copy of the note. Send me a copy of the note. Okay.
Okay.
Just send me a copy of the note. You guys have a copy of the note? Well, I need to see a copy of the note. We actually had a bank tell somebody that they did not have a copy of the note. Excuse me? We don't have a copy of the note. Well, send me a copy of the lost note.
Well,
Why?
did
Because
they?
the note is the collateral security.
Yes.
So if they
Now,
receive the collateral and you're foreclosing on the home, which is not the collateral, give me back my collateral. Give me back
now,
my security.
now, yeah, that's dealing with the home, but in my mind,
No, that's dealing with the note. It has nothing to do with the
yes.
home.
Well, I know it has nothing to do with the home. I get that.
Well,
That
you
deals
said
with the
that's dealing with the
mortgage.
note. That's why I said it has nothing to do with the home. It's
Yeah,
only about the note.
that's dealing with a mortgage, but that should apply to
No,
every
not dealing
credit
with the
card
mortgage.
application
Yes. Everything,
and
every
every
loan.
every car
But
loan.
what I
So
just
any
talked about
loan
doesn't
period.
deal with a
Okay.
mortgage. That's what I was trying to get you to understand. It's not about a mortgage. We didn't say anything about a mortgage. I just said, show me
Okay.
my note. Because you're
Okay.
looking at 412. 412 simply says notes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you got my note. Where's what? Do you want to take my home? Okay, then give me back my collateral. What are you talking about? The home is the collateral. No, the home is the collateral for the deed of trust. Give me back the collateral for the loan. Well, the
Yes.
home is the collateral. The home is not the collateral. Here's section 412. Give me back my collateral security. Because you can't have both.
Correct.
And when you look up collateral security, you'll understand what collateral security actually means.
Okay.
412 is right there for everybody to do all the research in the world.
Now, collateral security. Now, let's
Because
go
that is a
to.
specific phrase. That's not just any phrase, that's a specific phrase. And you got to give them their credit. I think one of my neighbors may have went to jail yesterday.
Well, that ain't good.
Well, he was having problems with his other neighbor. They were both just neighborly, having neighborly problems with neighborly each other. And
There was no love in it.
well, I told him, I said, here, homie, I said, stay to yourself, stay in your house. Okay? Just stay in your house. Don't go outside and speak to the man. You ain't got nothing to say to him. And he like, well, if he comes on the property, you ain't gonna do nothing because you ain't got no right to do nothing. If he comes on your property, you have no justification for doing anything.
So a collateral security is a security subordinate to and given in addition to a primary security that is intended to guarantee the validity or convertibility of the primary security. And then number 2, it's called collateral. Collateral definition number 2.
And that's all
Not
we're
direct
interested
in line, but on a parallel of or diverging line of descent of, relating to, or involving a person who is related by blood, but is neither an ancestor nor a descendant. An uncle is in a collateral, not direct. What does that have
you
to
can't
do?
no, because you did collateral. It's giving you need the financial definition, not the actual definition. So you need the financial definition.
According to Black's Law definition, it says for the second definition of collateral security, it says collateral number 2.
Yes, because it says collateral. It's not okay. You must understand. They're not going according to Black's law.
No, they're not. I understand. I understand that.
Okay,
it says
so what they're doing,
collateral security is a separate obligation as the negotiable bill of exchange or promissory note of a third person or document of title or other representative of value endorsed where necessary and delivered by a debtor to his creditor
and you send me that definition?
The payment. Yeah,
because that's the definition. That is the definition. That is the thing that shuts everybody up, shuts all the banks up. That definition right there does exactly what it's supposed to do. It says, aha! Because remember, they say the home is the collateral.
No, it's not.
Congress made the note the collateral security. So it's a collateral, and when it's deposited with the bank, it's a security deposit. But this is where I chime in and I say this is why I am deemed to be so quote unquote dangerous by the stupid system.
Because I just sent it to you. It's in it's under the definition of security. It is starting at the bottom of page 1.
Okay. I will definitely look at it in a moment. But that's the issue. That's the issue from day one, is there was no need for anyone to pledge their home. The government had already accepted the pledge as the obligor.
That's why I've been telling people, I said, look, March 9th, 1933, the government gave us equal exchange and said, hey, we mortgaged all the homes and all the property of the people in exchange for no liability, and it's our obligation if you just do things right. I said, there has to be equal exchange.
Tell them to follow the rules.
That's right. Well, you know how many people actually want to give me a hard time because I keep saying, quit reading what gurus tell you to read, their books, their templates, and start reading what the government says. They tell you everything.
Well, you know what I can't get people to stop doing?
Reading what everybody else says?
No, looking at the code. Like the code is something. The code is nothing. The code has
it's only evidence of a law.
Anything. No, the code is not even evidence of law.
Okay.
Go back and look at what the code is. It is that it is prima facie evidence of what the law is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but prima facie at first sight.
Well, let me ask you, should they be reading then? Because I tell people to read the code. I tell people to read the codes, statutes at large, congressional records, and court cases. See, I don't have a problem reading the codes, but go back and find the statute at large behind them. Because the codes apply to them.
Now you see mortgage-backed security, that definition is 1968. So it is not, mortgage-backed security was something they invented. By the
Oh,
way, you said
absolutely.
security. What did you tell me? What page you told me to look at for that definition?
It starts at the bottom of page 1 for collateral
I got it right
security,
here. I see collateral security. I got it.
and then what I
And
started
that's,
reading is at the top of page 2.
yes, that's the definition that is going to be a best friend.
We
That's
said
going to be my best friend.
mortgage-backed security. Let's see. Yep, there it is. 1968, a
Yeah,
security, especially a
1968.
pass-through security
Well, see,
backed
the thing
by
about it, pay
mortgages.
attention to it said pass through security. They
And a
created that
pa- and a
literally
pa-
out of thin air.
and if you go a few lines down from mortgage-backed security, 1970, pass-through security, a security that passes through payments from debtors to investors. What have I been saying? That's how they developed it. You're the investor, but they got you believing you're the debtor, so you send your payments to the investors of the mortgage-backed security.
I got you. I am going after them because they called it a collateral security. I've been telling everybody it's a security. Go back and look at the statutes at large. It does not use the phrase collateral security, but it does say that it is the collateral.
Let me, out of curiosity, I want to look up investor. Actually, it's probably OR. Uniform Prudent Investors Act, Sophisticated Investor, Qualified Investor, Securities Investor, Prudent Investor Rule. Let's go to Investor. Institutional, qualified, or sophisticated, accredited investor, a buyer of a security or other property who seeks to profit from it without exhausting the principal. Broadly, a person who spends money with an expectation of earning a profit.
How dare they do something like that?
Well, I'm really surprised. If you are an undisclosed third party investor, when you issue the promissory note, I figured it would be listed under that
Investor?
in some under a definition somewhere, and it's not.
It will be listed under a definition, financial, banking definition. Because remember, what's the word securitization? What does securitization mean?
Let me look. Securitization.
Securitization.
You mean to tell me either I spelled it wrong or there's nothing in Black's Law Dictionary?
There's not going to be anything in Black's Law Dictionary. That's the reason why I had you look it up. Because in Black's Law Dictionary, they created the term.
Well, then that's kind of interesting because if it's not defined in law, then it really has no standing.
Really? It is a financial term. And that's what the courts will say to you. It is a financial term.
The
Financial
conversion of
terminology.
an asset, especially a loan, into a marketable security, typically for the purpose of raising cash by selling them to investors.
Where did you find that definition?
Google, Oxford.
Well, Google doesn't appreciate you because we both
No.
know that Google, Oxford, the reason being is because a financial institution has created that definition the same as they created the definition mortgage-backed security. That's why you see 1968. It doesn't exist prior to then, even though they've had securities laws prior to then. It is a wonderful world. I just wish everybody could see it the way I see it.
I understand.
Yeah, this thing, when you deal with collateral securities, it specifically says negotiable promissory notes several times. But
Let's
again,
do
it's one of those
this.
things I don't think people understand what a negotiable promissory note is.
Let's see what it says in if I can find it. Securitas, in this one case, securitization means that no one has an interest in her mortgage. Securitization
That's
means
because
it's
securitization, they said in this instance, are they saying the claimant says that or the bank saying that?
no, I don't know. I'd have to look. What I'm trying to do is actually go to. You mean to tell me securitization is not even listed? And I put securitization means to see if I could find it.
Securitization is a financial term that was created by the financial institutions. Securitization does not exist in law.
Filter
So that's why I can give you the word.
statutes and statutes and court
Just
rules.
let me give you another one. Try securitization trustee.
Well, if securitization doesn't come up, you ain't gonna find a trustee.
Well, just type that in Google. Securitization trustee.
Okay, securitization trustee.
See, when you're dealing with a note, it is the securitization trustee who's foreclosing, not the other trustee whom they talk about.
Securitization trustee means in the case of a financing involving an exchange note, any related owner, trustee, or indenture trustee. Securitization trustee means the trustee or indenture trustee appointed under a servicing agreement
The
on
pooling and
connection
servicing
with
agreement.
a securitization trust.
It's the pooling and servicing agreement that assigns the securitization trustee. Amazing, ain't it? So that's just one word. That's why I say people to people, it's all about the word.
Yeah.
It's all about the word. That's why I gave you guys that California case. I put it in our little link here for you guys to go over. But it's the California case where the judge actually gives you the definition of money. Literally tells you what the definition of money is as of 1953. And he speaks, and when you do the research, you'll find that notes, drafts, bills of exchange, trade acceptances, and bankers' acceptances are money. Now, how could that be? How could those items be money?
Because Congress has the right to
Regulate it?
to regulate it. Yeah, they can declare what is money and what is not.
It is a wonderful world that we live in.
Securitization trustee. It's definitely in the court cases.
Yes.
Let's see here. United Guarantee Mortgage. Let's see. These categories are defined below. Footnotes provided for additional details. Let's see. Let's go down to the footnotes. Let's see. This is a 2009 case. United Guarantee Mortgage Indemnity Company plaintiff versus Countywide Financial Corp et al. Defendants, Countrywide Bank FSB et al. Plaintiffs, and United Guarantee Mortgage Indemnity Company et al. Defendants. I think I'll send that one to you.
Okay.
And you may find it online, but it says only a Westlaw citation is currently available. And I bet you
How
at the
dare
bottom
they
of the
sit up there and limit?
I bet you
Shame
at
on
the
them.
bottom of the case it's going to say not reported. Not reported typically has some good juicy stuff in it.
Yes, because that's their way of trying to keep people in check.
Well, it's to keep the information
hide
from the
stuff.
people. Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
to hide it. See, sorry, I have a online
Not
encyclopedia that they
reported.
don't.
Not reported in federal sup 2009. That's what I thought.
But see, who gave the court the authority not to report legal information, public information? The public has a right to access the court. So where did they get the authority to deny the public the right to access the court? Well, you can't use this case. You can't cite this case in any other. Who gave you that authority? Who made that the rule?
It's a 27-page document. There you go. You'll enjoy making a video on that one.
I will take a look at it. I'll read through it when I get the opportunity. Now look, I was going to let you get back to your life because I have to get over here and get started on this junk.
Okay.
Yeah, now I will say
do
that
you
the
mind
idea,
if I share these recordings privately and make sure they don't share them with anybody, like with the lady Tiffany that I was telling you about on the mortgage
which one is
situation?
Tiffany?
That's the one that asked for the REMIC and they said we don't have one.
Yeah, because I haven't revealed any SATCOM issues.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I was very careful not to go too far because SATCOM is going to be doing mortgages. That's where we're headed right now. That's all we're going to be doing. All right.
Well, as always, if you need anything, let me know.
Well, I've never met anything, and I never used
Well, I'm talking about
anything,
out of my grand resource library.
Oh, yeah, I will.
I need to go and I need to start reading through the banking and financial section and see what I can find on securitization because it's a separate database that I have access to.
But I don't think securitization is going to be your angle because securitization is not the issue. It's the collateralized, not the collateral. Yeah, the collateralized security.
Yeah.
The collateral security is the issue because remember, 412 is the Federal Reserve Act as amended 1933. So that lets us know that the Federal Reserve Act as amended 1933 is still viable today because that code was last amended 2003.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I understand.
because it's still viable, we're not using it. We're sitting back going, what do I do now?
Now, you take that in conjunction with that paragraph in that 76-page book where the debtor can issue their own private instrument without the permission of the creditor.
Oh, the one that I was
got
talking
excited about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That right there, in conjunction with this information, gives the people the ammunition they need to say, hey, this is what you need to do. Did you do that?
We have people who don't know how to listen.
No, they don't. You're right.
And so I'm going to try to help those that I can, but not everybody wants help.
No, they don't. So,
all right, I'm gonna leave you.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, and we will talk.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right.